Already one of the most watched news shows of the year, Law and Order Organized Crime follows Elliot Stabler as he tries to take down one of the biggest crime bosses in town, played by Dylan McDermott. Watch.
That's what I've learned from this tragic, terrible time.
And now you're suddenly woke.
Woke?
You're not a racist anymore.
What I'm trying to tell you is, I regret the ugly things I said about your children, my grandchildren, especially about your beautiful wife. How could I say?
Love is love.
Indeed.
The problem is, you big meatball. That's the one thing I can't ever forgive you for.
Okay, let's talk about this show. I watched this one and I didn't know what was happening. And then as it just unfolds, it's like, I love this, right? It's like a new era for the Law and Order world, straying away from the classic format. How big was that a part of you saying yes to this?
It was a big part because I think that, network television has to change, right? And I think that organized crime is more in the vein of those shows. If you're a fan of Law and Order, these 2 hours together, I mean, it's a dream come true.
Yeah. Let's talk about Richard, right? Your character who is, we're going to call him a villain. How do you see him?
I've done a lot of research on Richard. Obviously, I've lived with him and gone through everything a million times. And when he was a kid, he was overweight and his father shamed him. And that shame turned him into a sociopath. And I think he never recovered. And there was a deep resentment with his dad.
Yeah. How does Richard see Richard? Does he see himself as a bad guy?
He thinks himself as a bad, not a bad.
I love that. He's kind of like a different kind of mob boss, if you will, with a modern edge, right? His style, his family, his home. And I think that for me, at least, I'm going to love what I anticipate is kind of like him being a formidable opponent with Stabler, right? Like instead of this being a show where every episode it's buttoned up, right? This is something that's going to be ongoing throughout the entire season.
Yeah, I think it was really important to have someone who could go up against Stabler because he's such a loved character and such a strong character. You needed someone who was formidable, who could go toe to toe with him in order, for it to be believable. And I think that Wheatley really is that guy.
What was it like, even though it was not long, working with Chaz Palminteri?
Oh, fantastic. I had been a big fan of his, and Bronx Tale obviously is a great piece of work. And I thought him playing my dad and that Ferris wheel scene, I think is just a terrific scene.
Yeah, which brings me to the question. It seems like everybody's in on it with this family. Is anyone off limits with him? Nothing. Can you talk about the turtlenecks? I'm loving the style.
Growing up in New York, obviously you're always, at least I was, there was always this sense of style. So when I took this role on, I certainly was thinking about the style of Richard. And immediately, of course, I thought of Tom Ford. Most of the clothes I wear on the show are Tom's. I wanted to have that super elegance with him. I wanted everything to be tailored. I want everything tight because this guy does not play around.
How would you sum up what we're in for in a word for the rest of this season?
The one word I would use, sizzle.
All right. Well, I want to let everybody know that you can catch Law and Order Organized Crime Thursdays at 10 p.m. on NBC. Dylan, thank you so much and congrats on everything.
Thank you. Nice talking to you.